So we are back with a brand new episode of Walkin and Talkin with Tim, and my guest today is this one right here, this young person that I like so much. She is energetic, happy, right? And she just gives off a really good vibe, right? So this is Linsey Camire, right? I almost said your name wrong. We talked about before we started. It's not Camire, it's Camire, as in like, you know, Mary had a little lamb. So Linsey is the marketing coordinator at the Gloucester County Chamber of Commerce, and she is just amazing. So tell the world exactly what it is you do at the Gloucester County Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah, so I'm the marketing coordinator for the Gloucester County Chamber of Commerce. So basically, I'm in charge of all the emails, all the social media, all the graphics, any advertising that we do. That's all me. And yeah.
I can advertise, really?
Yeah, you can. You can.
Nice shirt, by the way. Yeah,
Thanks.
very, very nice. I know that guy. So as we were walking around, we talked about a couple of things. Well, actually, we talked about a lot of things, but let's go with the first thing that's that you are a girl that's actually originally, your family is from Maine.
Yes.
But Sicklerville is basically your home, Sicklerville, a little bit of Manitoba, right?
Yes.
And you went to, was it Holy?
I went to Our Lady of Hope.
Yep.
And then Paul VI
Paul
High School.
VI. That's where I was going.
Yes.
So you went to Paul VI, and that is actually where my wife went.
Yes.
So you and Deb shared a little Paul VI thing.
Yes.
And then you went to Temple.
I did.
You're a Temple Owl.
I am.
And you said that your experience is pretty good. So
Yes.
talk about your experience at Temple, because that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, so I started Temple it was the fall of 2017. So it was the year that we won the Super Bowl in February of 2018.
And what'd you do?
We walked from Temple to City Hall when we won, which was an amazing experience. We got to go to the parade. It was great. And then about a little more than halfway through my junior year at Temple,
Right.
is when the pandemic hit.
Yep.
So things changed a lot after that.
Did you still live over there then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I did. I lived there all 4 years. I did come home when quarantine kind of first started, like that March,
Right.
May period. But I did go back in the fall. And we made the best of it, the best that we could. I loved my time there. I met so many great people and I learned so much.
What was the college experience really like, though? I mean, you said you changed majors.
Yes. So I started as a communications major. That was my freshman year. And then as I took the class and I started learning more about the broad spectrum that communications studies was,
Oh, yeah.
I learned about public relations.
It's very big.
And I fell in love with it. I loved it because I knew I was good at writing and I enjoyed writing, and
Right.
PR involves a lot of writing. So I switched my sophomore year of college to public relations, and then later that year I declared a minor in digital media engagement, which I took a lot of advertising classes, public speaking, which, as you know, I'm not a fan of.
Doing quite well.
And advertising, all that stuff. So yeah, that was my journey through Temple.
So the first 2 years were like probably the more fun years.
Yes.
Because you got to actually just hang out at college.
Right, it was more the college experience that you hear about and expect.
Like parties and stuff.
Like frat parties. We don't have to talk about that today, though. But we got to go to the football games. Temple football team plays at the Link.
There's a lot of team spirit there.
Yes, which is so cool. We got to take a little shuttle down to the Link, which was great. And yeah, it was a really fun experience for me.
Awesome. So the next thing we talked about was family, right? So
Yes.
you're big on family.
Yes.
You have 5 siblings.
So
You're one of 5.
I'm one of 5. I'm the oldest of 5. I have 4 younger siblings who I love dearly, even though they drive me crazy.
But you're the oldest.
I am the oldest.
You're the one everyone looks up to.
I guess so.
You're setting the bar.
I'm setting the bar for them. Yep.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And you said you have a brother that's 21.
Yep.
You said you have
A brother who's 16
and 2
and
sisters.
twin sisters.
They're 13.
13. Yeah.
So that's got to be a good
Yeah.
thing.
We're about 9.5 years apart. So, but I love it. They're like my little babies. I love them.
Yep. That's cool.
Yeah.
So, one of the things you talked about is that you actually, when you got out of college, or when you were in college, your job was Nifty 50s.
Yes.
So you were a waitress at Nifty 50s. That was your first gig.
Yes, so throughout college, I worked as a waitress at Nifty 50s. On the weekends, I would drive home from Temple sometimes to waitress if I needed some extra money. And then when I moved back home after graduating in May of 2021, I started to become a waitress again while I was job searching.
Right.
And yeah, I loved working with my friends at Nifty's, and
Loved it.
It was great. Milkshakes for all.
You said your brother works there too?
My brother worked there with me, and
Yeah.
a couple of my friends worked there with me. It was great.
It was the best, right?
It was the best.
So after that is when you kind of started to find your way into some jobs. You said
Yes.
you applied for some jobs through some marketing agencies, all that good stuff, and you landed at the Gloucester County Chamber of Commerce, and that's been.
It's been the most amazing experience, to be honest. Before I got this job, I did not know what a chamber was. It came up on LinkedIn, job search, and I was like, this looks great. Like, I live in Gloucester County, and honestly, I couldn't be more grateful for this opportunity. I've met so many people I would have never met,
Tons
like
of
you.
them. Tons of them.
Never met before, and it really pushed me out of my comfort zone, which I needed. I went from Zoom to a room of 60 people I didn't know, which was scary at first,
Yeah.
but worth it, because here I am now.
And look at you making my segue for me. So thanks for that.
You're welcome.
See, that whole public relations thing paid off. Thanks, Temple. So my friend Lou's gonna love that you're a Temple Owl. So listen, the thing we talked about that was kind of the most interesting to me is we talked about collaboration,
Yep.
being in the office
Yep.
versus work from home, hanging out in your sweatpants and your
Yep.
pajamas or whatever it may be. Maybe you're productive, maybe you're not. I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah.
But you said I asked you if you had to start your own company tomorrow and it was all yours, how would you do it? And you said what?
I said that I would make it in person 5 days a week,
Why?
because the importance of in-person collaboration, energy, and just all together teamwork, it makes that much of a difference. And I think the people who experienced, we called it Zoom University, the quarantine part of school for us,
Yep.
can agree with me, because we taught ourselves a lot during that time period, and I missed that. I craved that collaboration again. I missed learning from my peers and teachers, and
Yes.
I missed it, and that's why I was so happy to be thrown back into it. It's necessary.
It's learning and teaching.
Yeah, and
All
without
this-
even realizing
Without
sometimes.
even realizing it.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So anybody who knows me knows that she just became my favorite person on the planet because she thinks that way. Anyway, but that aside, moving onward, you then told me that here's a couple of good things. So one is that we got to talk about music right out of the gate. So we got to talk about who's your favorite musician.
I love Harry Styles. That's not
You
a
can't even
surprise.
say it with a straight face.
That's not a surprise to anyone who knows me.
That's correct.
But I'm pretty wide range besides Harry. Harry's just my number one. But
You ran a little fan club too.
yeah,
I'm totally out you right
you
now.
are exposing me right now. I ran a fan account in middle school for unnamed.
Hey, it's impressive though. You had like 8,000 followers.
Honestly, yes. Was I 13 and had 8,000 followers?
That's impressive.
Yes. However, yeah.
No,
It was great. It was great. I loved it.
It's very cool though. I mean,
Yeah.
That's a kind of a cool thing that you did, right?
Yeah, so I was kind of doing my job now back then without even realizing it.
And so listen, another thing is, and I asked you if we could just pick you up and drop you anywhere in the world to either visit or possibly even live someday. You said,
I said Hawaii.
right? And
Because
why?
I love the ocean, and I would love to be anywhere near the ocean. I'm happiest by the ocean, by far.
You're happiest by the ocean. Have you ever been to Hawaii?
No, I haven't. I
So
would love to.
That's
one
got to
day.
be on the bucket list.
Obviously it is. Obviously.
So you also talked about what's near and dear to your heart. Like, so I asked you what your favorite charity was. What's something that means a lot to you, and you said it was.
Mental health advocacy really means a lot to me, and it's near and close to my personal heart. I think it's very important to break the stigma behind talking about mental health and the importance behind it. It's really important to take care of yourself first and foremost, because how are you going to fill other people's cups if yours isn't filled?
I've heard that somewhere before. Absolutely. And the problem is that a lot of people are walking around and their cup's got a hole in it.
Right, right.
And even
Exactly.
if you're feeling it, it's constantly draining. You don't even realize it.
Right.
So without that, help, there should be no stigma involved.
No,
we talked about social anxiety.
Exactly.
I have it.
We all have it.
A lot of people have it. So, and you have to deal with it. You have to have some tools, right?
Right, exactly.
You have tools to deal with it.
Yeah.
You don't seem anxious right now.
Just some of my tools are just taking a step back and breathing. I think the importance of breathing, people look past that a lot. Your breath can really calm you down.
It can.
And it really can. And I think also just believing in yourself. I think I don't do that enough. I think I doubt myself a lot. And I think once I'm out of my comfort zone, amazing things happen, like this job and this opportunity. And
Oh yeah.
that's why I keep doing things that make me maybe a little uncomfortable at first, but
What I find super refreshing about you is that you are way more confident in person than or here today than
Yeah.
I expected.
yeah.
So you were like, oh, I don't know, I want to do that. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. But really, I mean, you're like, oh, you got this. Like you
Yeah.
have such a very articulate personality. You're very good at speaking. So that's a good thing.
My dad will be happy you said that.
Very articulate. Very good stuff. What advice do you have for all these? You're part of the crew on deck, but that I don't care. I think we're gonna swipe that aside for a minute.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for all the people that are kids that are coming out of college and they're looking for a new gig and they're trying to find a job? I mean, and even the chamber's involved in that, right?
Yeah. I think my main piece of advice would to be believe in yourself and have that confidence to go out of your comfort zone, because I was so nervous for so many months. I barely spoke. I was so nervous, but I just learned that.
I remember that.
Yeah. And like everyone, they're all in the same boat. They all want to talk to you. They want to get to know you. And I think that's what's most important, just remembering that we're all kind of in the same boat. We're all figuring it out, right?
Yeah, just open it up and just let it roll.
Yeah.
You worry too much about what's going to come out of your mouth. You know what? Just let it go.
Let it go.
It's gonna roll out into the ether, and it's gonna fade away.
Exactly.
Time heals all, right?
Yeah, time heals all.
Time conquers all.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, listen, cool. Well, listen, thanks for being on today.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
If anybody wants to get hold of you, how would they do that?
I am on LinkedIn,
There you go.
Linsey Camire, and you can contact me through the chamber. My email is lcamary@gc-chamber.com, and that's where you can find me.
Giddy up. And so for the rest of you folks, remember that this whole thing is powered by Telecorp Technologies, your technology experts. And remember, keep on walking, keep on moving. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and now YouTube. Actually, most importantly, YouTube. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
YouTube.
Follow us on YouTube, right? So that's really important. And listen, we will catch you next time on Walkin' and Talkin' with Tim.
See you guys.
Peace.